Aloha, this is Veronica from Over the Rainbow Yoga from beautiful Hawaii. Today we'll go through a morning flow, about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see how much we can squeeze in. A lot of focus on twisting, so spine mobility and some hips. So let's get started. Okay, let's begin. We'll start seated. Notice your spine, make sure your spine is nice and long, and then maybe rolling your shoulders 3 times. And then you can relax the shoulders. I'll have you maybe close the eyes for a little bit. What it does, it helps you focus more inwards. So let's tune in, noticing your breath. You can even place your left hand on your chest, on your heart space. Begin to take a slow, smooth inhale in. Exhale out. We'll do 4 more, just like that. Full focus on your breath. See if you can breathe in a little deeper, maybe a little bit slower. Notice how it feels in your diaphragm, how it feels around your ribcage as you inhale. Notice the difference of the exhale. And then become curious about the lungs. See how much air you can possibly fit in. And out. Let's do 1 more deep, slow inhale. Deep, slow exhale. Wonderful. Begin to engage the arms. Let's take a full breath in. Stretch the arms up overhead. You can gaze up. Exhale, soften your hands for your heart space. We'll do 2 more. Take a full breath in. Stretch it all up. Exhale, let go. 1 more. Inhale. Good. Exhale. And then let's switch the legs. So we just simply lean back, flip your feet over. We'll give it 3 more breaths, slightly different. So let's give it an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lead your elbow and you slowly squeeze and open your arms as you drag them down. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, stretch it up. And then exhale, slowly squeezing those shoulder blades together, sliding the heads down. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Let's drop the hands to the knees, roll out the shoulders a few times. And then transitioning, so swinging your legs around, I'll have you come into a tabletop. So we want to have the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then flowing through our cat and cow. So super easy, breathing, gazing forward. We're going to pause here, so keep breathing. Notice the shoulders, see if you can send them back, and if you soften your elbows, you can actually drag the shoulder blades down your spine. Your belly should naturally drop when you do that. Tailbone goes up. Let's go 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, you do the exact opposite. So you press into your hands, deep arch, drop your head, belly in, tailbone under. We'll do a few more. Inhale, rise. You can add some extra movement into it to make it more fun. Exhale, round and arch. Couple more. Just feeling your breath, feeling your spine. And then option to spice it up. So as you inhale and you get into a cow stretch, you can lift your feet up. Notice how different that feels in your low back. And then exhale, similar, but this time the knee is going to rise. Don't lift them too high, just a little hover above the ground. And then you can drop the knees down and transition again. Breath in, rise. Lift your feet if you wish. Exhale, round and release. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round. All right, making your way to the center. I'll have you open your knees a little bit wider. Make sure your toes are together. And then sinking your body weight down. Imagine you're trying to stretch your fingers as far forward as possible. Forehead drops down, or you rest the elbows, hold the opposite elbows, and then rest your forehead on your forearms. You can add some movement, especially if your knees are wider. So we're getting a deeper stretch for the hips. If your head is resting, it should also feel nice. A little massage. You could even try and reach your chin down for a deeper stretch. Let's take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Let's start to rise up. And you're going to transition your body weight forward, so it's almost like an upward facing dog. You can lift your feet, maybe stretch out the ankles, sway your legs side to side. Be mindful of your low back and of course the front of your hips, your hip flexors. Usually it feels nice and the body can handle this, but make sure you're honoring how you're feeling today. All right, we're going to lift. You're going to keep the toes a bit wider as you tuck them under, and then keep on rising, pressing into wide-legged downward dog. Let's pedal those feet, so walking one knee in, one knee out. Notice if your body weight is more towards the shoulders, make sure you transition the body weight as far back as possible. So we want to keep the spine long and engaged. We're going to drop the knees down, lift our way into kneeling. You can relax your toes. And we'll do some nice hip stretches and twists just to prep the body for the standing poses that will be coming next. Basically, you're going to shift your body weight towards the right. You're going to start lifting your right knee. You can, balance it a little bit. And then we're going to attempt to bring that leg forward. If you fall, you lose it. It's okay. You can try again. You can give it a few times. And then once your foot lands, make sure you have space, right? We don't want to have the foot too close. Give it some space. We're going to drop the hands to the hips. And then nice and easy, just move in and out of the hip. If you prefer, you can always drop your hands and then move in and out that way. But really focusing on just warming up the hips. You don't need to go full range of motion just yet. All right, let's transition the body weight forward. So make sure you have your balance. You then let the hands go, breath in, sweep the arms up. If you lift out of the hips, I want you to guide those hips more forward. So keep pushing from the tailbone to the top of your mat. See if you can lengthen a little bit more into the spine as you breathe in. Exhale, drop deeper into the hips. All right, let's go one more inhale. As you exhale, you're going to relax your left hand down and slightly lean over to the left. Notice if you come out of those hips, keep guiding them forward as you lean. Breath in, we're going to rise and windmill to the opposite side. Still guiding those hips forward as you lean over to the right. And then your top hand's going to lead, drop on the inside of your right foot, and then we twist over to the right. Again, naturally this tends to happen, so make sure you keep guiding those hips forward and then twist from the chest, lengthen through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. See if you can soften the hips as you exhale, so drop the hips in. Okay, one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. I'm going to challenge you here a little bit. So we're going to tuck the back toes under, and then you'll lift the back knee. Again, notice if this happens, you want to drop the hips low, and then work on lengthening through the back heel. So you'll lengthen and twist up. Take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're going to drop the back knee. Right hand on top of the right knee. And then you peel your foot, so you lean onto the outer edge of your foot. You can relax your back toes and sink into the ground. Couple of breaths here. You can drop both hands. You can use the hand, or you can lower down to your forearms even. Adding some movement just to explore how your groins are feeling. Remembering your breath. All right, we're going to bring the foot nice and flat. You push your way out and then swing that right leg around. We'll go through our first little vinyasa. So wrists underneath the shoulders. You're going to lean forward, almost like a plank pose. Keep your elbows pointing back, shoulders too. As you exhale and you drop down, chin your chest. Inhale, rise into a cobra. Shoulders pulling back, hugging your elbows in. Relax your feet, your glutes. And then maybe lift a bit higher. Exhale, drop back down. And then we press up and all the way back into our downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet as needed, especially if your hamstrings feel tight. Keep actively pressing into your hands. Keep that spine nice and long. Good. All right, we'll do the same on the opposite side. So let's drop the knees, get your way up into a kneeling position. And then leaning over to the right, so relaxing the toes, leaning over to the right, and then swinging the left leg around. You can use your hands for balance, or more challenging, keep the hands at your hips. Check where your foot landed, make sure we got that space, moving in and out. Just prepping your hip, warming it up. You can drop your hands, see what works better for your body. All right, so we're going to guide those hips forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale. Once again, notice those hips, guide them forward, top of the mat as far as you can. Take another deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, dropping and softening into those hips. Good. We'll go one more inhale, and then you drop your right hand down, leaning over to the right. Your hand doesn't need to touch the ground, so don't worry about that too much. Inhale, lift and switch. Opposite side. Wonderful. So your top hand now is going to drop on the inside of your left foot, and then you twist. Notice your hips. Keep pushing them forward. Good. A couple of breaths in here. And then let's lift that back knee. So tag the toes. I'm going to lift and then drop the hips, pull through the back heel. Nice strong twist. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. Exhale, you drop your back knee down. We can relax the toes, and then left hand on top of the left knee. Sink into your groins. Good. Some movement here. You can lean more towards the right or lean in and out of it. You can drop down to the forearms, especially if you do that on the opposite side. We always want to more or less mirror and for the same stretch. All right, you're going to slowly rise back up, flattening your left foot. You're going to lift and then swing that foot around. We'll go through another baby vinyasa. If anybody wants, at this point, you can also lift your knees up. So getting from the plank, still going to shift that body weight forward. Exhale, drop your way down. Inhale, you slide your way up into cobra. Shoulders back. Good. You can even gaze a little bit higher, not completely up to overextend the neck, but then drop the hips down. Relax your glutes, your legs. And then inhale, we're going to lift. Exhale, press back down dog. Good. Pedal your feet and breathe. Good. Take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. See if you can tilt your toes slightly in, your heel slightly out. Let's give it one more inhale. Press into the hands, body weight back. Exhale. And then knees soft, gaze forward. We're going to step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhalation brings you up halfway. So we're aiming for a flat back. You can literally use your hand to check. Guide the shoulders back. Take another inhale. Exhale, hug your legs, hug your knees. And then inhale, let's stretch up to standing. So we grow up tall, extending your hands up. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Good. Relax your shoulders. Give it one more inhale. One more exhale. We're going to drop the hands. Get your feet together. All right. We'll do some twists before we get into our chair pose and some more fun stretches. So let's keep the feet together for this one. I'll actually turn this way just to better demonstrate. So feet together, let's roll the shoulders up and over, and then breath in, stretch the arms up. And then as you exhale, twisting from your upper body over to the right. Now we want to try and align the shoulders. Naturally the hips want to follow, right? So I want you to try and keep the hips square. So push your left hip back, right hip forward, and then focus on twisting from the back as you gaze towards your right hand. Inhale, let's transition through the center. Do the same on the opposite side. Exhale, twist over to the left, gazing to the left. This time, left hip forward, right hip back. Good. Breath in, let's do that again. Stretch up in the center. As we twist, I want you to keep your hips facing the front. So as you breathe out, ideally your hips don't move at all. So we're isolating that spine. Wonderful. Breath in, let's stretch it up. Same one to the opposite side. So exhale, twist over to the left. Hips stay glued, hips don't move. Inhale, stretch the arms up again. I'm going to turn sideways, and as we exhale, we drop into our chair pose. Now, tailbone should be tucked under, and remember to sit backwards, right? We want to be able to see or lift our toes. Let's give it another breath in. Exhale, drop your hands down to your chest, and then we twist over to the right side. So you're going to rest the tricep of your left hand onto the outside. You can literally use your hands to get yourself in there. And notice your knees. If they shifted, want to glue them back together and then press up as you twist. Okay? Inhale, briefly opening the arms. Exhale, drop the hands back in. And then we're stepping the left foot back. So coming tiptoes. And then super slowly, or in one large step, you're going to have the foot back. Adjust yourself as necessary. We're going to inhale, open those arms again. You can gaze up. And then we'll lift. So as you breathe in, we're going to rise up. Notice if you came out of those hips, still drop in. Lengthening through the back heel. Gazing towards your right hand. We'll reverse. So left arm up, lean back. Good. Exhale, windmilling your hands down. Stepping the right leg all the way back into a plank pose, and we'll flow through a vinyasa. So shifting forward, breath out, drop down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, a few centering breaths in here before we switch. If you need to, you can always drop your knees down. Take a little break in a child's pose instead of a downward facing dog. So remember your practice, your body, your choice. So whatever works for you the best, or whatever you want to achieve from your practice today, make sure to adjust that accordingly. All right, let's soften the knees, gaze forward, stepping to the top or jumping. Inhalation brings you up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's stretch up to standing. And then exhale, drop into our chair pose again. So tailbone tucked under, sitting back and down. Make sure you can see or lift your toes. Give it another inhale. Exhale, let's drop those hands down. Twist over to the left. Use your hands if needed. Pressing the palms against each other. Nice twist. Briefly open as you inhale. Exhale, drop the hands back down. And then we're stepping back. So right toes, couple of hops. We can do one large step. Holding your twist. Inhale, let's open. Drop into the hips, pull through the back heel, and then let's rise. Breath in. Woo, almost lost it. Hope you guys didn't. Look towards the left fingers, and then let's lean back. So briefly reversing, drop those hips down, and then windmilling your hands all the way to the ground. Left foot comes around, and another little vinyasa, so forward. Exhale, drop. Breath in, rise. And exhale, down dog. All right, breathing in. Breathing out. Let's give it one more inhale. One more exhale. And then let's drop the knees. Take a break in a child's pose for a little bit and basically use the child's pose almost like a shavasana. So you can drop the elbows, relax your arms. You can add some movement. And since it's the morning, I'm now going to guide you into a full-on shavasana so you can continue on with your day. We'll just take a few breaths to slow down the breath, slow down the heart rate. Notice your body, notice any difference. See if you feel a little more energized. Take a moment to check in with your spine. Check in with your hips. Let's give it one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then gradually making your way upright so you come into kneeling position. Good. All right, let's give it another breath in. So stretching your arms up, inhale. Exhale, drop your hands down to your heart space, but we head down slightly. And, whenever you're practicing, whatever time of the day, let's close the practice with a little reflection. So I want you to look back on your morning, on your day, and let's search for at least one thing that you can already be grateful for today. Don't forget to thank yourself for showing up, doing something wonderful for your mind and for your body. And I also thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Come back for more. And make sure to hit that little bell, ring, or whatever that is button to receive notifications whenever we upload a new class. Okay. Thank you so much. Mahalo and namaste.